Standing in the way of a storybook ending to the Avalanche's first season in Colorado was a team in the midst of writing the greatest Cinderella story in league history. In only their third season of existence, the Florida Panthers had stormed through the playoffs. In their wake lay some of the biggest stars in the game, and as they entered the finals, the Panthers stood confident, knowing they were one step away from history.
We're in the Stanley Cup Finals, and we're not here just to enjoy it. We're here to win and win and win and bring home the Stanley Cup.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to McNichols Arena in Denver for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. 6 weeks ago, 16 teams began the hunt for the Stanley Cup, and now it's down to 2.
Rat soup for dinner tonight!
It's the ultimate Cinderella story. The Florida Panthers facing off against the powerhouse Colorado Avalanche for all the marbles.
You talk about great goaltending, I think we'll see that. Van Beesbrook, in my mind, is the hottest goaltender in this year's playoffs. This should be a giant battle.
We want to go! We want to go!
Their play may well determine the outcome of a series that starts tonight.
In each of the Panthers' 3 previous series, they had smothered the opposition in Game 1. And as the series began, they immediately did the same to Colorado.
He rides him out of the play and makes sure he stays down.
That's what we want. We want aggression. Aggression in that circle, boys. We go after him.
Back down comes Forsberg. Oh, and a hit by Fitzgerald on Forsberg.
With Colorado's high-powered offense contained, Florida turned up the pressure.
Lay out there for Garvin-Law going in. One down, rebound. Another shot. Law stopped them all. Here's another one. Stop that. Law hot.
Fitzgerald turning, looking for help, and the pass is controlled by Lindsay to Fitzgerald.
He scores! Fitzgerald went in, took the relay, and lifted the puck high over Wall. And these Florida Panthers have struck again.
Way to go, Fitz, big goal. Out boy, escape, Billy.
And the horn sounds to end the first period.
As the second period began, it was a more determined Avalanche team that took the ice.
Let's go, boys. We're playing Timmy. Let's give it to him.
Here's Brook with a shot. Save! Van Beesbrook. Now to Forsberg. Finesse by. Save! Van Beesbrook. Rebound.
Come on, man, let's go. All we need is one to get us going here, eh?
Set it up. Set it up.
With the game approaching the halfway point, Colorado's pressure finally paid off.
Sylvain Lefebvre with a pass ahead for Detmarsh. Hooked off and up by Barnes, that it slowed it down, but now it's Scott Young with a shot. He scores! Young in a tie!
These are the shifts that are real important right after.
Ozolinsh fed to Keane, and the shot floated away. Reaching!
And for the first time, the Avalanche lead.
Colorado had scored 2 goals in less than 2 minutes, and with the game's momentum changed, it was up to the Panthers to respond.
What are we about, guys? What are we about? We're about work. Come on, boys.
But Colorado's pressure continued.
And it's Sakic shooting, and it's saved in by Van Beesbrook, and he hangs on.
Good try, Goers. Good try.
Kaminsky in the right corner, goes into the slot behind him. Krupp shot, kicked that to the right side, pass by Van Beesbrook. To Kaminsky again in front. Krupp score! Holy Krupp! Oh, what a pass from Valerie Kaminsky! And what a finish! And the Avalanche lead by 2. They have exploded in the second period and lead 3-1.
Kaminsky with a great shift. Look at the reach. There's a good shot, Van Beesbrook to save, but Florida gets caught absolutely standing still. Standing still, everybody. I think Doug McLean needs a timeout. Colorado owns the second period.
Colorado's scoring outburst gave them a lead they would never relinquish. In the third, the Avalanche defense closed the door, and Waugh bolted it shut as Colorado finished off a 3-1 victory.
We had a slow start, but that's what we said after the first period. We said we're in great shape because it's a 1-0 game. We didn't play for about 5 days, 6 days then, and we were not as sharp. Our pass were not perfect. We missed a few shots, but in the second period we were outstanding.
Game 1's loss left the Panthers wounded, but their confidence was unshaken as they prepared for Game 2.
Oh, you dog. We got a game tomorrow?
we got to win the next game, and next game, and then if we win the next game, it becomes a best of 5. We're just going to go out, we're going to play the same way.
But for all of Florida's swagger, Game 2 would never be in doubt. Having freed themselves from the Panthers' defensive shackles for portions of Game 1, the Avalanche pounced right from Game 2's opening face-off.
Forsberg down low in front, tap to the net, score! Peter Forsberg has given Colorado the all-important first goal of the game.
Sakic's down low as well. Denmark's looking from on high. Shot. Score! In the middle, Denmark setting the screen. Near side, Forsberg shot. Score! Oh, is he red hot? Tied up over there. Panther put a hit on Sakic. The shot deflected wide by Forsberg. He scores! A German trick! A German trick for Peter Forsberg! Forget the Rats! Throw the hats!
Forsberg's first period hat-trick chased John Van Beesbrook from the net, and his replacement, Mark Fitzpatrick, was left to weather the storm.
Sakic again, still on the power play. Center, shot, score! The Avalanche is roaring in every direction.
Now Kamensky shot, score! Fowler and Kamensky, they're pouring it on. They are simply embarrassing the Panthers.
Well, you talk about a team that was in full control of this game, and because of it, now in full control of the series. The Colorado Avalanche look huge, strong, big, and real good right now.
Well, it was certainly our A game tonight. Our top guys were very, very top guys tonight. Sakic was just magical with his passing tonight. Peter was obviously very on, and then we got great performances from everybody right through the lineup, and we're very pleased with the win here tonight.
Florida had become cup crazy, and it didn't matter that the Cinderella Panthers returned home down 2-0. A carnival-type atmosphere surrounded Miami Arena.
We want the cup! We want the cup! We want the cup!
Everyone, including the Panthers owner, got swept up in the enthusiasm.
Thank you very much. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
As game time approached, the Avalanche made final preparations for this night's quest for the Cup. But now, they were in enemy territory, and the Panthers had not forgotten Game 2.
It was an embarrassing loss, and it's one we want to look to make amends for.
You know, we're obviously a very desperate bunch right now. Hey, we're not out of this thing. Let's pick our heads up and let's do something about it tonight.
Anchoring the Avalanche, as always, was a warrior named Wah. And for the first time in the series, Claude Lemieux would come to the arena and do more than just watch.
Oh, I'm anxious. I mean, I don't want to be over anxious. It's the finals. It's a very emotional time and a great time to play, but, you know, I just have to take it like it's another game.
Looking forward to seeing Claude? No, but we've got no choice.
The big thing that they have to do, the Avalanche has to do, is to get to Van Beesbrook early, because his confidence is shot.
At the other end, Patrick Waugh, magnificent in the series, yet in the state of Florida, over 4 years and 8 visits to either Tampa or Florida, has never won a game.
Game 3 is underway.
Lemieux would have an immediate impact, teaming up with line mate Peter Forsberg.
Now, Peter, come up together. We're going to burn him.
Souza Lynch connects with Lemieux and back onto Forsberg. Trickles one across to Kamensky. Kamensky turning behind, wrapped up by Spalin and escapes. Pass in front, score! Claude Lemieux! And it's 1-0 in favor of Colorado. That's the way to hustle now.
Moments later, Adam Deadmarsh was called for hooking, opening the door for the Panthers' struggling power play.
This is the Avalanche's first look at the Rats.
Hey, hi. Nice play. Shot, Ray.
Shepard's shot thread the needle to the legs of Adam Foote, and a screened Patrick Waugh. Florida had tied the game, seized the momentum, and were about to take control of Game 3.
The speed has picked up for the Rat Trap. Patrick Waugh has been beaten twice now here in the first period alone. That's as many goals as he gave up in the first 2 games.
Trailing for just the second time in these Stanley Cup Finals, the Avalanche felt the full wrath of the Panthers, but would not back down. As the second period began, Patrick's charge was to keep the Florida fans in their seats, and the Avalanche within striking distance. Beaten by Mike Huff, Waugh got a break.
Huff shot hit the goalpost. Right off the post.
While Beezer was heating up.
2-on-1, moving up his key. He's got Yelvin and Key to drive, and it's eaten up by
So Mark Crawford devised a simple strategy.
Hey, we want to go 30 shifts to get the puck to the net now, gang. 30-second shifts, get the puck to the net.
And Mike Keane obliged him.
Keane crosses, shoots it, dribbled in! Mike Keane with one thrown to the front, then deflected in, and it's a 2-2 tie.
Focus on your next shift. Use our brain. You cannot skate with us.
Nearly 3 minutes played in the second period. Colorado has started to take over and moving in. It's Sakic on the breakaway. Score! Joe Sakic! And it's 3-2 in favor of the Avalanche.
Once again, Colorado turned to their unflappable goaltender to preserve the lead, and Waugh would not let them down.
Around down for a throw behind Garber.
Patrick Waugh wins his first ever game in the NHL in the state of Florida, and it happens to be a Stanley Cup final playoff game.
Go back.
Patrick, the issue has become somewhat ridiculous, but as a goaltender, during the rat shower, does it make you mad, reflective? You didn't exactly cower in the net or anything.
Well, thank God they scored two, because they would have to leave with their rat in their pocket or in their hand, and it would be sad for them.
Joe, 6 game-winning goals in the playoffs is a new NHL record. I was wondering if you were aware of that and if it means much. Or...
Not at all. I didn't know about that, but like I said, it's good to help your team win, and obviously we're one game short now, and we're really looking forward to Game 4 and trying to put it away then.
The Avalanche stood one win away from bringing an historic first championship to the city of Denver. But for much of the hockey world, the Stanley Cup's destination was already a foregone conclusion. Facing the humiliation of a finals sweep, the Panthers played like a desperate hockey team. As Florida raised their level of intensity, the Avalanche responded in kind, and a bruising battle ensued.
He's around the net. Jovanovski hit him. Out front with a shot. Another one. Van Beesbrook stunned it again.
Picked up by Gord Murphy. Forehand wrister. Saved by Waugh. Rebound. Side of the net. The Morak jamming. Patrick Waugh's got it.
Here we go, Red. Here we go, Red. Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
Sakic coming, 2-on-2. Sakic, Reichel cutting ahead of him. Sakic save, Reichel into the net, but the puck didn't go with him.
Big stop, big stop. All the way back to the line, and Carter's shot. Lock, rebound, lifted high over the net.
Boys, no good in there. Shoot the puck, boys.
Young's gonna step on Waugh. Young in shot, save that Beesbrook.
All game long, the two teams battled tooth and nail. And with regulation winding down, the Panthers had one last chance to end Game 4.
Lock, rebound, Laurie there, Carter, rebound, off Waugh on the net.
In front, rats are coming out on the ice. False alarm. All kinds of rats on the ice and a whistle.
A false rat alarm.
And we are going to overtime in Game 4.
The goaltending battle everyone anticipated at the start of the series had finally materialized. And as overtime began, John Van Beesbrook and Patrick Waugh continued their epic struggle.
Still there. Shot, Keane, deflected in the middle of the ledge for the cup. Oh, Van Beesbrook! The light came on! The puck did not go in! Niedermeyer in. Niedermeyer around Sandage Ozolich and John Van Beesbrook.
Harpenall back of the net penalty out front. Take the shot. Stopped by Wall.
Oh, the goaltenders in this game.
Come on, Peter!
Peter Forsberg, Lemieux cutting, Forsberg in, Forsberg, backhand chance! Van Beesbrook knocked it down, Lemieux tried to center.
Through one overtime period and then a second, neither goaltender would give an inch.
Avalanche trying to win the Stanley Cup with one more goal.
Shots and good work! Everybody available on the breakout!
Coming in quickly, Denmark! Van Beesbrook stopped up!
Midway through the second overtime, fatigue began to wear on the Panthers, and Colorado turned up the pressure.
Centered again, in, foot, dropped it, shot, deflected off the crossbar, young shot, it didn't go in! How did that not go in the net? Peter Forsberg moving it in. Forsberg comes from the middle, Forsberg centered Ozolich, oh what a save! John Van Beesbrook! Ozolich has had a chance to win the cup twice, the third time! Van Beesbrook again! And we are going to our third overtime. 60 saves for Patrick Waugh and 52 saves for John Van Beesbrook.
We were all grinding teeth out there when we were sitting in the dressing room before the third overtime. And all of a sudden, Patrick Waugh, who had at that time already faced 50-some, high 50 shots, he got up and grabbed his stick and goes, you know what, guys, this is enough now. And coming from him, at the time, it was comical. It was like, it really was, because we were all sitting there, worrying about how we're going to hold out. It was a good break in the, of the tension.
In 1 year's time, they had rebounded from bitter playoff defeat to electrify a new city and stand on the brink of a Stanley Cup championship. And as the Avalanche took to the ice for a third overtime session, they were ready to complete their amazing journey.
All right, just persevere, boys.
Bellamy trying to clear, didn't get it out. Sakic held it in, still held in. Yui Krupp shot, score!
Colorado wins. Yui Krupp at 4:31 of the third overtime has won it. The Colorado Avalanche are the Stanley Cup champions.
Colorado has its first Major League title. Hey, Colorado fans, how great does it feel? Woo! What an incredible hockey game and an incredible finish to an unbelievable season for the Florida Panthers and an even more unbelievable season for the Colorado Avalanche. Congratulations to the Avalanche.
The winner of the Conn Smythe Trophy as the most valuable player in this year's Stanley Cup playoffs is Joe Sakic. Congratulations to the Colorado Avalanche on an impressive season and playoff run. That is the honor and the tradition that I have tonight. It's to present Joe Sakic, the captain, with the Stanley Cup.
You wanted it, Joel? You got it.
Well, every player that's ever played has won this cup in the arena of his mind, in the backyard, or in the streets. 25 Colorado Avalanches have won the real one, and a thrill can't be any bigger than that.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you can't even put it into words. This is a dream come true, and if anyone's had a dream come true, you know how it feels.
Preparing to do the presidential call. Please stand by. Coach Crawford, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Not as well as you guys are doing.
Yes, we're having a great time here. We're all feeling pretty good. This team worked very hard to achieve the goal of the Stanley Cup, and we certainly wish you the best come this November.
Well, I'd like to have a sweep like you did.
We heard that you finally break 8-8, and we just want to congratulate you on the golf course.
Although no call came from the president, Panther fans continued to celebrate Florida's incredible season.
Also, the vets had nothing to do with the ice bucket.
None whatsoever.
You sure about that?
Guaranteed.
You wouldn't lie to me now,
I
would you?
saw Dougie up there shivering. I almost felt bad for him at his age.
This is great. It's unbelievable. I didn't expect anything like this. It's just a great feeling and shows what kind of fans we have here. Unbelievable. I never knew this many people lived in Denver. Oh!
Having a chance to win my third Stanley Cup, but with three different clubs, is something that doesn't happen every day, and I've been very fortunate. I think as many bad things that might have happened throughout the years, someone is looking over me and is giving me the chance to achieve these things.
Congratulations, Denver. We're now a city of champions. Quick for a long shot, he scores! Colorado wins the Stanley Cup! Colorado wins!
The first thing that came to my mind instantly when I saw the goal go in was how fortunate I was that in life I had just a great family, great kids, great business for 20 years, and now to win the cup with the greatest players in the world, it's just an unbelievable feeling.
The evening of June 9th, 2001 may well be the most perfect, most fulfilling night of hockey that members of the Colorado Avalanche will ever experience. Imagine yourself cast in the role of underdog, facing the defending Stanley Cup champions without perhaps your best player, and still managing to force a deciding Game 7. Then imagine dressing for that game, knowing your team may be radically different the following year, and that how much different may depend on tonight's contest. Imagine playing the most important game of your life in front of an audience of millions, and then being able to deliver.
The Stanley